Hi everyone, my name is Piterpakulski. Today we'll continue building financial model of an application, and today we'll be talking about dynamic payroll during the operating stage. So before today we were modeling vendor's budget on the investment stage before release. Here it is, and we were modeling payroll of developers, engineers, and other guys before release, before the operating activity starts. Now it's time for us to build up payroll after the operating activity starts, when we get the first revenues, and this payroll also has to be automized and linked to the moment when we start operating activity. So here is the place where we specify when we start operating activity, and to this moment to the future we need to have this payroll be done. So let's say we have 2 years of manual entering the amount of people on this position. Then we will extrapolate this data to the 3rd year, 4th year, and 5th, and so on. So let's start with payroll. So I will create a new block of input, operating stage payroll. So this will be position, salary, person per month, salary per person per month on this position. So operating activity position 1. So here we will place the list of positions like chief executive officer, office managers, advertising managers, web developers, software engineers, quality assurance testers, and so on, all of them. So let's say we have 25 position names, and on one position we can have lots of people. So this will be the input. Here I will place the salary of one person on this position. So I'm coloring this data with blue because these are inputs. And blue is a specific color for all our inputs financial model, like here. So all other cells are automated. So we are playing only in blue cells.
So operating activity payroll, then we are specifying the dynamics of this payroll. So operating stage payroll dynamics. So let's say we have 24 months of operating activity where we will be manually setting up the data. And then we will extrapolate this month, the data. So operating stage payroll, this will be a new block of inputs. So
we are going up, so this is 2023, this is April, and now we have to automate timeline, format cells, so I will use VLOOKUP. So I'm searching for this value, I'm searching this value in this table. I will need the second column and exact match. Pressing enter is the fourth month. Then I have to create a formula here. If this value equals to 12, I'm putting here 1, otherwise I'm taking this value plus 1. Then I will use VLOOKUPs to link month names to these numbers. So I will be using VLOOKUPs. I will be searching this value. I'm going up in this table this time. I will need the second column and exact match. I will freeze this table. I will freeze this table. Then I'm pressing enter. So now we can see how months appear. Then I will do this exercise for the years. So if this value equals to 12, I'm putting here, I'm starting a new year. Otherwise, oh no, if this one is 12, then I'm just adding 1 to the previous year. Otherwise, I'm just taking the previous value itself, not adding anything. So now we can see how the years are changing here. So now let's color this chronology, then amount of people on this position, so here I will place the names of positions for the people who will be working in our company. And here in this area, I will be putting, so these are the inputs, by the way, and here I will be putting the amount of people on each position. So for example, let it be 1, then 2, 3, 4, and 5, for example. So now let's calculate the payroll of the operating activity stage. I will just come I will just copy this table. Operating activity stage payroll. Operating and now let's add, so I'm taking this value, the salary, multiplying on the amount of people on this position. So this is not the input anymore, so I'm just assigning a white color to it. Then I'm extrapolating this formula to the right, and now we have the payroll in Dynamics. But we also can add some coefficients to play with these salaries. So for example, we can use on-off coefficient. Then we can use local coefficient, global coefficient for salaries, to add all these coefficients to make us able to play with scenarios many steps ahead, when we will get the cash flow statement, get the simple discounted payback period. We won't be able, well, it's much easier to play with all the coefficients rather than with the values of inputs themselves. So I will be using data validation here, list, I'm going up, I will be using these cells on off. So this is the input, so I'm coloring it with blue. Then if this value equals to this, freezing this cell, then putting 1, otherwise 0. So we are, by this we are explaining cell to count or not count this value. Then local coefficient is 1, global coefficient is this, format cells, alignment, center, okay. So we're extrapolating this data to the bottom, from top to the bottom. Then so we are done with all these coefficients, and what we can do, we can add all these coefficients to our calculations. So we will add this coefficient when we would like, if we want to switch on and off this position from calculations. Then we will be adding this column if we don't want to completely switch off, but just to decrease the amount on some percentage. And we'll be adding this global coefficient for the payroll on the operating stage. I will be freezing completely this cell. Let's press enter, go back and extrapolate this data from top to the bottom and from left to the right. So, for example, if we want to switch off some positions completely from calculations, we can do like this, and we can see the simple discounted payback period, cash flow statement without these positions. Or for example, we can switch them off, but for example see what will happen if these expenses grow 5 times, for example. What will happen with financial efficiency. So, and it's very interesting when you start playing with scenarios, or for example you just want to see what will happen if you increase the whole value of operating stage payroll, for example on 3 times, let's say so. And you can see what will happen with simple, discounted payback period, internal rate of return, and so on. So this is a very fast way to play with data, comparing with playing with inputs themselves. So we can just very easily play with all these coefficient stuff, and it's very fast. And when you are getting acquainted with your business idea, playing with this ability to play with this coefficient fast gives you a lot of new information that you've never heard before, and you never thought that your business idea behaves really this way, not the way you thought it would be. It would behave, and that's a very interesting part of financial modeling, believe me. So the next video will be putting these expenses of operating activity payroll to the timeline. So maybe this video was useful for you. You may give us a like, subscribe, share this video with your friends. You can also order financial models from scratch for your unique business ideas. We can help you with that. So see you guys in next videos. Thank you and bye.